Hey everybody, it's Jochen Heiden, and I'm back with the Italian versus Heiden campaign. It's January 15th, 1942, turn 40. I just got back from a lovely vacation in the California Central Coast with my girlfriend. Looking forward to this turn. I have a super secret operation plan for this one. I'm hoping it works out. You just saw we captured that base in the DEI for free. Alright, well, that's the second cargo ship that I had that sank as a result of damage taken from the Darwin invasion. I guess that's not a horrible price to pay for what we got. Can't make an omelet without cracking eggs, right? Okay. No naval activity so far. Okay, remember these blue sighting reports are no good in the lower left-hand corner. Okay, a lot of canceled missions today. Hey, I'm sweeping over Mandalay, because Mandalay is going to be the site of a big operation today. I hope it's successful. Okay, I'm going to hit Batavia airfield, try to kill more aircraft on the ground here. Okay, we destroy, I think this is a recon plane. The rest of the stuff, not that great. Okay, Nels from Kopang are coming in here and hitting these Australian troops that are retreating to Catherine from Darwin. I'm trying to slow them down. I think we're doing a pretty good job of that. Inflicting losses on them, and every unit we hit is slowing him down. Ooh, nice hit on Baton today. Really good supply hits, and I noticed the flak didn't seem very strong. No losses. Okay, follow-up raid on Batavia. Then the aircraft destroyed. And it looks like he's got transport planes here. I don't know what he's doing with them, but they're there. Okay, softening up this unit north or to the west of Hangzhou. Okay, clear skies on Clark. I'm hitting this base mostly to make sure I'm keeping it suppressed. Alright, I want to keep the damage on the base so he can't build forts here. That's all I'm trying to do with Clark. I think we're going to get our supply extraction out of hitting Baton at this point. We get way more supply hits there. Alright, here we go. Big ground attack on Mandalay today, guys. I'm really trying to get in here. Alright, good hits on the units there, because I need to soften this up for what's coming. Residual sweeps over Mandalay. He did not put up any fight. Yeah, we got some good hits on that base. That's going to really help us when we go in there. Oop, did I say that out loud? So, not that this may not mean anything, but I am noticing that the flak is not firing nearly as ferociously here as it has been. I'm wondering if that's signaling that his supply is getting low, although it does seem kind of early in the campaign for that, right? I don't know. We're not taking any kind of losses, though. Alright, Weirways coming in the cans again. These are coming out of Townsville, and it looks like we lost to Mavis L, which are irreplaceable to me, really. And he's slowly disabling the base with these hits. Hudsons don't do anything, though. Okay, follow-up attack. I think this is the last of the bombers I got to throw into the Mandalay. These guys, unfortunately, don't really hit much. Not terrible in the air so far. That's something sinking. Alright, well, here we go. It looks like we got a AKL trying to get into Calcutta, and I've got a sub there intercepting. What? A 303 machine gun hit my sub and it made them sink? That's kind of cowardly. Narwhal, huh? I thought we sank that ship. Apparently not. That's hanging out in your truck. We gotta deal with these subs over here. Alright, here we go. Bombardment. This is continuing to cost me a lot. Okay, we're not trading particularly well here. But we're still killing stuff, which is good, I guess. But we're really losing a lot of AV here. So, tell you what, we'll talk more about this when we go around the map. Let's just see what happens. Okay, Armored Car Regiment here, or company. We're just trying to clean up this, there we go. Just trying to clean up the partisan activity here. We're getting really close to being done with that. Nice. Okay, bombardment at Chusien. No real change to this at all. I thought I'd ordered an attack here. Apparently not. That's okay. We definitely got his AV down below ours now. Alright. Deliberate attack here at this hex. A couple of my IMBs just showed up. Let's see what we get out of this. Okay. Looks like we destroyed 2 units and pushed 1 off into the wilderness. And that's good. So again, pushing these guys off our rail lines and out of the fight. That's good stuff. Okay, shock attack here. This is just an army headquarters north of Xinjiang. I think we'll get this pretty easily here. And it surrenders. All right. Big more losses for the Allies now. Really cleaning up our backlines. Nice. All right, shock attack here with my tank regiment as we try to stop the Australians from getting away. So 1 more unit is fully destroyed, and we inflict more losses on the Allies and then push them further south. We will continue pursuing as far down as we need to until every single one of these units is killed. Alright, this is a shock attack on the remaining Allied units that came out of Rangoon. It's a partial shock attack. I think it's mostly the armor attacking, with some units in reserve so we can chase him if he leaves. Let's see how this goes. Okay, we win here, and they're retreating up the road towards Magway. And some units are pursuing. Alright, good. Okay, heavy losses for the Allies as we continue just taking the life out of these units. And this is really going to degrade his capabilities in Burma as we continue killing these units out here so they can't take up better positions further south, further to the north. Okay, shock attack. This is one of my infantry regiments just south of Kwanton, trying to finish some of the last of the Allied troops that are on the peninsula here. We do force a surrender of one of his units. It's the anti-aircraft gun regiment, so that's now dead. Now we're just dealing with the Indian Brigade and this base force, and they have very little AV left. Alright, this is what I dread every single turn, are these counter bombardments by the Allies. They've been very damaging to us. Let's see how this goes. Yeah, man. Oof. Every single turn, we just keep losing more and more. It's a race to the bottom here, and we're losing it big time. Allied bombardment at Puchang. Okay. I think he's just kind of feeling us out here to see what he's up against. I don't think he can really do much with this. All right. Oh, this is not good. Not good, not good. Yeah. So this is actually pretty bad. I had sent paratroopers down to Bundaberg because recon showed that there was nothing here. So my intention was to capture this base for free. But apparently he's moving in the 2nd Australian Cavalry Brigade. And I don't know what that thing is, but it's got a lot of AV in it. And that's a dangerous unit from what I can tell. They were coming up the road, and I think we dropped on him as he's coming up in strat mode, and we stopped him here. Now, technically, this would be a violation of our rules, but I did not knowingly drop this fragment here solely for the purpose of disrupting his movement. I was trying to capture the base outright because recon showed it was empty. So, not an intentional rule violation here, but be that as it may, we're going to lose this fragment, but we got some great intel on what the heck is actually here and what's coming up the road. Alright, here we go. This is a paratrooper attack with 2 full regiments on Mandalay, because I'm trying to capture the AVG. I think we can get it here. Let's see if we caught him on the ground.
Hello, all you poor GIs and Marines. This is Orphan Ann at Radio Tokyo.
I've never heard this one
bringing
before.
You some hot music and another blow to your morale. Today, our High Command announced that the ever-victorious forces of the Japanese Empire have captured Mandalay.
I didn't even know there was a Tokyo Rose for Mandalay. So we take the base and we inflict some losses here, which is really good. But it does not look like we caught AVG. He's moved them. It's like he almost sensed that we were about to do this. So, got a great attack in, basically took no losses doing this. However, we didn't get what we wanted. That kind of sucks. Kind of bummed about Mandalay. Let's see what we got here. Aircraft losses today, 3 for him, 5 for us. So we killed 2 of these FK-51s, I guess they're recon planes. And we lose 5 of our aircraft, including one of these Mavis Ls, which are really hard to replace. 4 killed pilots today. That's unfortunate. Ship sunk this last turn. This was one of our Husimi cargo ships that was sunk. As a result, the damage incurred when we went into Darwin. I lost 2 of these for the invasion. It's really not a big deal. I make more and I have a lot of them. So it's fine if that's what we if it meant to be captured Darwin the way we did. That's fine with me. And there you go for the turn. We're looking really good, guys. Getting close to 3-1. All right, let's go around the map. Nothing happening in Norpac. I'm continuing to fortify the Kuril Islands and Sakhalin Hokkaido in case he wants to come in and do something. We'll see if he has the wherewithal to do it. I don't know. Maybe he's gonna try something here. All right, looking in China. Yeah. So I had 3 good victories here, pushing all the Allied Chinese troops off this rail line. So that's back opened up now. My flanking maneuver onto Kuncheng seems to be going pretty well. Let's see, can we even get up there? No. So I'm moving my armor, where I have 4 armored regiments about to get into Kuncheng next turn, which we appear to be well ahead of him. So I don't know what he's got here, but we'll give it a try with these armored regiments. It appears that he's deploying to the south, and we may have caught him off guard here. I've got units flanking up north to help with this, to take it. A total of almost 3,000 AV coming up the road here. And he's deployed to the south thinking we were going to come up this way. So I don't even know if he sees us coming this way, we're going to flank him. I got troops into Ankang. I should have enough to take it next turn. So 1 division and 2 armored regiments are going to attempt to retake Ankang. And that's going to open up a lot of options for us afterwards. And again, we're catching off his main body of troops way out of position, right? He's got all of his forces arrayed mostly to the north of here. We could flank him and get to this hex before he can get down here, potentially. Or if not, he's going to be forced to redeploy this way and reduce his forces here. So either way, we're flanking him on 2 fronts. I like this. My unit was safely able to evacuate Chikyong here before he was able to really hurt us, because he's got a lot of troops here. Looks like I got 2 divisions now in Henyang, so quite a bit of AV to continue threatening Changsha from behind. I would be remiss if I don't go and take these 2 bases with those divisions. And we'll see how he reacts to that after that. But this operation is going well down here. I've got Chusian sealed off again, which is nice. At some point here, I do need to attack and start doing something with this. All right, let's talk about Burma. That was the main activity for this turn. A little disappointed that we did not catch AVG, and now I see what happened. He relocated him here. So my guess is that AVG was completely damaged, and from our bombing, they were all disabled, so he railed them into Magway last turn, probably just before this unit got into there. Railed him in, because I think he felt like we were going to attack Mandalay exactly the way that we did. So I used 2 of my paratrooper regiments out of Chiang Mai, and we were successful in taking the base and causing him a lot of casualties. The problem is that he railed these aircraft here, and I didn't get to capture them outright. So that's a good thing and a bad thing. The good thing here is that these fighters are now disabled, all of them, because when you rail aircraft, it takes 1 to 4 days to rebuild them after you do that. So what we're going to do here now is I'll use all available bombers to bomb Magway and keep these aircraft damaged. I'm going to extract the paratroopers out of Mandalay back to Chiang Mai, and in 2 turns, we're going to drop on Magway and try to capture him. Because we now own this base, he can't rail them anywhere he really can't rail them anywhere now. Because we have troops in Tungu, so we can't bring them there. They're stuck in Magway. I still think we can get the AVG, and I'm going to do everything I can to do it. I really want to capture those and take them off the map. In the meantime, my troops continue moving up the road this way. We're damaging these guys pretty good here. They do appear to be moving towards Magway, and that's fine. I'm in pursuit, though. got into here, but there's a lot of troops here. I don't know exactly what they are. So I'm going to have these guys bombard so I can get a feel for the units that are left in this hex so we know what we're going to get into to attack it. Looks like I made it to this hex, so in a turn or two, I'll be killing these guys off. And then, hopefully we kill this collection of troops off here soon as well. Been hitting the airfields here at Batavia. I think next time we're going to hit Surabaya, but most of his air power is at Batavia, Bandung, Surabaya, and Malang. And there's not much here. I don't think he's got much to throw at us for the invasion of Java when that time comes. Not much else really happening in the Dutch East Indies. I'm just picking up the last of these bases out here. And now that I have Darwin, I feel comfortable taking Bula and Babo because there's oil here. And he doesn't have a base that he can hit it with. Maybe out of Balikpapan? No, not really. I mean, B-17s at max range really couldn't even do that. So, no, we can take Bula and Babo now and start extracting oil out of here pretty quickly. Okay, in Northern Australia, things are going well. We just defeated more units here and killed another one. So now I'm going to have my armor continue moving this way. And I will keep the infantry moving down there as well. And we'll keep using our bombers out of Kupang to damage these guys and slow them down so they can't get into Catherine. But either way, I do intend to kill all of these units off before they get much past Catherine. I think we can do that. Okay, Solomons are quiet. We do have some sub-activity off a truck, which is making me a little anxious. We've been taking a lot of dud torpedoes. It's only a matter of time before one connects. All right, so Australia. Okay, there's a lot going on here, guys. I guess I could tell you what's happening, sort of. So we've kind of messed around here for about a week, right? Dropped in Bowen, took Cooktown, took Cairns. I attempted to drop on Rockhampton, but that didn't work. For whatever reason, my troops did not drop there. And I dropped on Bundaberg, and we ended up running into a Australian cavalry brigade, which is pretty substantial. But yeah, he's got a few things detected here. So I'll go, since we have such a huge delay, I can go ahead and tell you what's going on. I'm moving into Townsville. So I have 3 tank regiments going into Townsville right now, because that should be more than enough to overwhelm the space force. I have a 48th division is loaded here, moving towards Rockhampton. I have 3 SNLF units on these transports, which are going to be deployed to take Marysborough and Bundaberg, assuming we can deal with this. And I have GIGABYTE here in support. Don't mind that. That's not where they're going to go, which will cover all of these units. And I also have the 4th Division with the 3rd Fleet, Air HQ, and some anti-aircraft weapons moving into Rockhampton. So we are looking to take all of these bases here. I have at least 2 divisions, 3 SNLFs, and 3 tank regiments to throw into this for now, with more on the way. I just figured, hey, you know what? I have the available troops. I've got troops over here in Singapore that can move north if I need to, or south. And I had a couple regiments freed up here. The 4th Regiment, the 48th, and the... Where's the 3rd one? Oh, yeah. The 33rd. All of these came out of the Philippines. So I stealthily moved them out and relocated them. So now I have 3 divisions down here able to use on Australia. And on top of that, since we have such a delay, look at this. Another division, the 9th, which I bought out from, with political points, I bought this out of Kwantung, is also heading down into the South Pacific. So that's 4 of my best infantry divisions will be operating down here. Some will be going in here, and at least one of them will be going in for Fiji, and then maybe we'll look at Pago. I think he's reinforcing it, though, so we need to be very careful how we go in here. All right, I don't want to get caught up in a big mess here, but definitely Fiji at a minimum. And all these outlying islands need to get captured. But yeah, I'm not saying this is a full-on Australia invasion. I'm just saying I have some forces available. Let's maybe take stuff up to Brisbane and kind of see how it goes. Yeah, so there you go. So, well, next turn should be exciting. We should hopefully be landing at Rockhampton. Probably not going to land in Townsville for 2 more turns because we just don't have the range for it. Looking to clean up the AVG at Magway. It'll probably take about 2 turns to do that. China, we're flanking here, going in for Kung Chong. And if we can take this base, we cut off the fuel to Chongqing, and we really catch him out of position with a nice flanking maneuver. And we're also probably taking back Ankang next turn, which means, we're threatening the Chongqing. What do you call it? The Chengdu Plain or whatever it's called. We're threatening this and catching the bulk of his troops way out of position. Right. We're flanking to the south. We're flanking to the north. He's caught in the middle, and he has to decide what direction does he want to cover. Right. He does not have a lot of troops in Chongqing right now at all. He's got a lot of troops stuck in Changsha that he elected to keep here, so we've really kind of caught him out of position. I'm actually surprised that this has gone so well. I thought the stacking limits was going to really slow me down, and in some ways it has, but in other ways it hasn't, because I feel like it's emboldened him to stay and defend a little far forward. But the problem is that we've gotten in behind him now, and all these troops that are far forward are now cut off. Right, the Changsha troops are cut off here, and soon to be cut off here. Right? So they're not able to get to Chongqing. These guys are caught up here trying to stop me from Lanchow. But now he's going to probably want to think about falling back to Chongqing this way. But if we're successful in breaking through here, we can get in before he does and cut him off and keep these troops from reinforcing Chongqing. Then I can send troops down this road and get in here. So there's opportunity here, guys. So he's going to really have to think about uprooting and falling back hard and quick, or he's just going to get flanked. So the maneuver warfare is what's winning it for me in China right now. It's not the brute force and the AV. It's getting around, maneuvering, and forcing him to make concessions to fall back to better ground, because he cannot stay forward and protect Chongqing, right? He's got to fall back and do it, but he can't fall back and protect everything at the same time. So we got him in a check right now. Catch you on the next one.